Shalom, I give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kwadash. I give double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Akim, pushing this word out across the four corners of the earth. This lesson is entitled, It is Best to Stay Spiritual Minded. All the times we are coming into, you can feel out here in the air that it's going to be race riots and civil wars. And you have regular Jake out here preparing, gearing up for things of this such. And you also have Jake out here that know they are Israelites and that they should know better, but they are still preparing for, like, bearing arms against this so-called white man in this system. But not knowing it's best to stay spiritual minded in cases like this. So first, let's get Romans 8:4, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. So you have Jake that's preparing his mind that, I want to take down this so-called white man and this American system, this government. Not knowing that Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai spiritually blessed this so-called white man with the blessing of the sword. He has a blessing of the weapon. That's his gift. So how can you overcome this so-called white man if Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai is not with you to be able to do so? That's his blessing. But they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. So you spiritually minded, you will know this is so-called white man. This is the so-called white man's blessing. I need to fall back and wait upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. He will raise us up and we'll be able to overcome this so-called white man. Verse 6, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. And that's the elect's mind frame, to be spiritually minded. Because how it says in Lamentations 3rd chapter, is blessed that man shall both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. So that's the best mind frame to be in. Just wait. Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, he's against you trying to do things in your own matters. That's why it says in Proverbs the 3rd chapter, trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai with all thy heart and lean not to thy own understanding. So don't be trying to try to go your way or your route to do something that's not in the spirit, especially trying to take down this government. You don't have the type of weapons that these government agents have, They have weapons that we don't even know about. All right, so this is an account right here. The brother Gamaliel, who was a righteous Pharisee, was having a council against the apostles. So this is Acts 5:36. For before these days rose up Theudas, boasting himself to be somebody, to whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves, who were slain, and all, as many as obeyed him, were scattered and brought to naught. So you had a Jake that pretty much tried to raise up other men, and they tried to take down the Roman Empire. And just like it's no different than you had this so-called Black Panther movement. Nowadays you have the new Black Panther movement. It's not of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, so it's going to get overthrown regardless. Verse 37, after this man rose up, Judas of Galilee, in the days of the taxing, and drew away much people after him, he also perished, and all, even as many as obeyed him, were dispersed. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone, talking about the apostles. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, ye cannot overthrow it, lest happily ye be found even to fight against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So if it's of men, this Black Panther movement, all the type of organizations trying to bear arms against this government, that's going to come to naught. But if it's of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, which is these biblical prophecies, when he said he's going to raise up a certain amount of elect men to go against this system, then that's righteousness right there, because that's the words of Yahweh Shem Shah. If he says he's going to raise up the elect man of the nation of Israel, that's what he's going to do. So let's get that. This is Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, said Yahweh Shem Shah, and they shall fish them. And that's the thing we're doing right now while we out there on the highways and the byways. We doing our daily videos throughout the week. We fishing for the elect men. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. So Yahweh Shem Shah is going to put the spirit on those same fishers to become hunters. Then they're going to be able to hunt down these people in this American system, and really all across the four corners of the earth. So that power comes from Yahweh Shem Shah, not by our own doings. This is Jeremiah 51st chapter and the 19th verse. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. See how Bashan Shah is going to put that spiritual power on the elect men of the nation of Israel to be able to do so. But the elect men of the nation of Israel, they have to wait upon it. They just can't go out there and just do it. Yahweh Shah has to put the spirit on you to be able to do that. That's why you read in the accounts of the prophet Samson, how it says the spirit of the Lord came upon him. And we're going to get that. This is Judges 15th chapter and the 10th verse. And the men of Judah said, why are ye come up against us? And they answered, to bind Samson are we come up, to do him as he have done to us. Then 3,000 men of Judah went to the top of the rock Etam and said to Samson, knowest thou not that the Philistines are rulers over us? What is that thou hast done unto us? And he said unto them, as they did unto me, so have I done unto them. Verse 12. And they said unto him, we are come down to bind thee, that we may deliver thee into the hand of the Philistines. And Samson said unto them, swear unto me that ye would not fall upon me yourselves. And they spake unto him, saying, no, but we will bind thee fast and deliver thee into their hand, but surely we will not kill thee. And they bound him with 2 new cords and brought him up from the rock. And when he came unto Lehi, the Philistines shouted against him, and the spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him. And the cords that were upon his arms became as flax that was burnt with fire, and his bands loosed from off his hands. And he found a new jawbone of an ass, and put forth his hand, and took it, and slew 1,000 men therewith. And Samson said, with the jawbone of an ass, heaps upon heaps, with the jaw of an ass have I slain 1,000 men. So the spirit of Yahweh Shah was poured upon Samson to do a courageous act like this, killing thousands of Hamites with a jawbone of an ass. Okay, this is Jeremiah 3:8. Just get to the point. Therefore wait ye upon me, said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth should be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So that's the best mind frame to be in. It's best to stay spiritual minded. Wait ye upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All the things that he says he's going to do to elect men of the nation of Israel, that's the things that we are hoping for, that we be able to obtain. So through that, we have to stay patient, and we have to keep hoping and praying in Yahweh Ba'ashem that we be able to obtain such powers like that, which is spiritual powers. Because we're not going to be able to overthrow this American government by ourselves. We're going to need the help of Yahweh Ba'ashem. And with that, you have to stay spiritual minded. And I hope you all were edified. Like, give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash, the abundance again to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Akim. Shalom.